Good afternoon and happy Thursday, everyone. Thank you again for joining me for another weekly episode of Self-Storage Unlocked. Today, we are doing Storing Your Trust with Innovative Telehealth Solutions with our guests from Doctegrity. For those that you don't know me, my name is Jessica. I'm the Vice President of the Storage Business Owners Alliance. And I apologize. My pup is right here opening and closing my screen door to my porch. So if you hear noise, I apologize in advance. She's being a pain as usual. But without further ado, let's get this thing rocking and rolling. Let me introduce my first guest from Doctegrity. I have with me Jesse OHAYON. Hey, Jesse, how are you?
Hello. I'm doing well. How are you?
Awesome. Thanks for joining us today. Jesse, give us a quick rundown of who you are, what you do at Doctegrity, and what Doctegrity is all about, like a quick little snapshot.
Yeah. So we're in the telemedicine world. That's what we do essentially, and we have a vastly different approach. We're more really like an employee type benefit. That's really the way we approach telehealth, and really provide access to just so many more people that either don't qualify for benefits or don't have access to health insurance. Not that we are insurance, but again, just something that people could take advantage of pretty easily. So I do. I'm the CEO of the company, but I'm not a sales guy. I definitely more take an operations approach. So definitely have to talk about the ins and outs and how it works and why we're different, why our approach is a little bit more unique. In terms of my background, I really come from probably a very, very different background than most of the other people in the virtual healthcare space. So I've worked in leadership roles for more people operations, talent acquisition, talent management for companies like Merrill Lynch, Walt Disney, Adecco, which is the world's largest staffing company, and then and made my way into healthcare probably about 7 or 8 years ago, and really fell in love with technology, innovation, of course, all through my career, but really wanted to build this to help people get access to care whenever they need.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm sure everyone out there, once they learn about this, will appreciate your movement. Healthcare is expensive. It can be costly. It can be timely to get good healthcare, getting an appointment with a doctor. So this is a really good option for people out there. So I'm going to bring in our next guest. We have with us Jesse's co-partner. I don't know what your title is over there, Jack. I'll let you tell us, but we have Jack JACOBOWITZ.
Thank you, Jessica. So I'm the sales director at Doctegrity. Like Jesse mentioned, he's not a salesperson, but I can tell you he's a hell of a salesperson. He's doing a great job, and I try to assist with him in structuring different plans for different groups, different price points, and I make sure to see that everything gets set up in a timely manner.
Awesome. Well, thank you both for joining us. And before we get started, I'm going to go over just a couple of those quick housekeeping reminders that we like to do every week. You are live with us either on Facebook, LinkedIn, or our YouTube account. Please go ahead and subscribe to YouTube, the SBOA YouTube channel, if you already haven't. We do this show weekly. We always have really good resources for you. Follow us also on LinkedIn and Facebook. We're constantly posting, updates about things that are going on in the industry, resources, our service providers and partners that we work with, and the different exclusive offers that they give to our members. If you have questions or comments throughout today's session, please go ahead and put those in the comment section. We're here to help. We're here to answer. I will be moderating as best as I can and getting those questions over to both Jesse and Jack. If you like today's session on today's video, please go ahead and click that like button. We really appreciate all the likes on all of our social platforms, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And in the video description, if you take a look, there's everyone's link that is on this webinar with us today, myself, Jesse, and Jack, links to their email, links to their contact information, as well as Doctegrity, how to get in touch with them, their website, their social channels, et cetera. So please make sure to get connected with all of us here today. So let's go ahead and dive into this. Jesse, you guys got a really pretty cool cost-effective solution out there, not just for the self-storage industry, for any industry. So I really want to teach everyone that's joining us today what this thing is all about. Oh, and
excellent. I'm back.
You are back. And look, I'm such a good show host that I forgot my the biggest part that we do.
All good.
There we go. And you can stay here with me. I apologize. We do polls. I forgot about our polls. So let's get started with the polls. First poll, are you a member of the SBOA? 1 is yes, I am. 2 is I'm not, but I'm going to join today. Membership is still free currently. It would behoove you to take part of our membership base. We are pretty connected in the self-storage industry. And I apologize, guys. I'm fried. We're prepping for SSA next week. Most everybody's going out to Vegas. It's going to be a long couple days out there. So I apologize. I almost forgot today's polls. Hey, Max, I see you out there. Max from Gate 5 Self-Storage has joined us in the comments. And he says, thanks for doing this. You're welcome, Max. I think you'll really like this session, Max. Some really cool information that you'll enjoy. All right, get those answers out there. Let's go to the next poll. Do you currently own a self-storage facility, or are you looking to own self-storage, or neither? We have a lot of partners come visit us that don't actually own a facility, but they join us to see what the buzz is all about and what we're doing. Max, I know out there, Gate 5 has, I think, one. Max, you're going to have to refresh my memory and put it in the comments where you guys are based again. I should know this. It's really testing my skills. Like I told you guys, I'm fried. I'm ready for next week. I'm ready to see everybody live in Vegas. But I'm also already tired and it hasn't even started yet. So should be fun times next week. All right, get those answers in there, guys. All right. One facility, Augusta, Georgia. I should have known that. Sorry, Max. I'll remember for next time. All right. Next poll. Have you ever had a telemedicine visit? 1, yes, I have. No. 2, no, I haven't. I personally can tell you that I haven't. So I'm very interested in this opportunity to learn more and learn how I can do this. I mean, listen, guys, there's really a lot of spikes out there in the world right now with COVID, the new variant. So this is the way to go. Stay virtual, stay safe as long as you can, and you know, still visit with your doctor, but maybe do it in this format instead of the traditional format of going into an office. Max, have you ever had a telemedicine visit? I can only see Max's out there. There's probably others out there, but I keep seeing his name pop up. So that's why I'm going to keep directing my questions over to Max. His daughter's actually had one. Awesome. So Jesse, we can maybe talk about, you know, his experience here in the next couple minutes. Sorry.
Sounds good.
I have my assistants here with me today. It's a 4-legged furry assistant, unfortunately, who's a total pain in the wazoo. She always, you know, when I'm quiet and I'm heads down working on data or whatever, she leaves me alone. The second she hears my voice, she just feels like, I guess it's time to get up and play.
That's it. That's it. We all just want to see the dog. That's really it. That's nowadays, like, instead of people like, oh, sorry, my dog's like, no, we want to see the dog, right?
I know. I literally was on a meeting a couple of weeks ago and she jumped up on the side of me and like tapped me on my shoulder, trying to get my attention. Everybody started laughing. It actually was pretty funny.
That's great.
All right. And our last poll before Jesse gets started in his awesome presentation. Does your company offer a benefit like Doctegrity? 1 for yes, 2 for no, 3, you're not sure what Doctegrity even is. And that's why we have Jesse and Jack here today to help us learn more about this. Max is saying, my daughter, put that up there. My daughter gets PT and OT, and we did it via telehealth. Very cool.
Excellent.
So Jesse, we could probably talk about that a little bit further. Get those answers out there, guys. You guys have a company benefit like Doctegrity. 1 for yes, 2 for no, 3. What the heck is Doctegrity? You're going to learn. Matt, there's Matt. Hey, Matt. Matt says no, he does not have a benefit like this. Oh, and he threw in a number 4. You're really trying to throw my brain off today, Matt. Thanks a lot. I told you guys I was fried. And I am. My oldest is doing college visits. She's in pageantry, so she's planning like all these fundraisers, work full time. We started another alliance, in case anybody out there didn't know, in the cannabis space. So I'm going every single angle I can at 5 million miles an hour, it feels like. All right. So we got some poll questions answered. Thank you guys so much for doing that. Sorry, everyone out there. I almost forgot. My apologies. Bear with me. Jesse, let's get this kicked off and let's get that presentation up, Alex, so everybody can see what Doctegrity is.
Okay, great. Yeah, thanks so much for having us. And
Sure.
So a little bit about Doctegrity and what we do. Very, very excited to be partners here. You can Go ahead to the next one there, Alex. Perfect. So a little bit about us, and I think that, you know, kind of kicked it off to say, we didn't really come from, let's say, the hospital world and just virtualize an urgent care. Our goal and our approach was very clearly to be able to offer a low-cost healthcare benefit that any employee can take advantage of. So you kind of see kind of where our team came from and why that's important in terms of our structure and our approach just from the outset.
Awesome.
Great. So here's what's included in our benefits. So the first thing is 24/7, 365 nationwide telemedicine. You can video chat or speak to a doctor. Doctor writes a prescription to the pharmacy of your choice. A few key differences with us. First of all, everything we have is available in English and Spanish. So bilingual doctors, bilingual technology, bilingual customer service, you name it. The second thing is if you don't need a prescription right away, but you just want more information, you want more, you know, to talk to a doctor and get second opinions, you can get, you can upload blood tests, imaging, and just message a doctor to get those responses as well. People take pictures of prescription bottles, say, I don't feel when I take this, you know, what else can I take? We offer that as well. So that's one component. The next thing is what we call teletherapy, or in our case, it's mental health therapy over the phone. Video just depends on the state, but with crisis texting as well. So a lot of companies have what's called an EAP, an Employee Assistance Program, and many people couldn't tell you the phone number to an EAP, and it's frustrating in order to get our workers and our employees help when they need it from a mental health perspective. So 24/7 call in, speak to a therapist, and it's really designed to be short-term mental health therapy. So obviously won't go on forever, but of course the same therapist throughout the process to help people with whatever issue they're dealing with. The next thing is a prescription discount that's built into our core benefit. So it's kind of think of this as a glorified GoodRx type card, and it works very well. We don't have to write those prescriptions. If you have your own, great. Works on pet prescriptions for your dog there, Jess. If your dog ever needs any prescriptions, you know, it's tough to get, right? They're never covered under insurance, like our insurance, right? So yeah. It's a great way to get a discount. And then we do have a relationship with through a partner through Quest Diagnostics. So if somebody needs a blood, urinalysis type test, they'll go through our website, buy whatever test they need, check out like an Amazon cart, and then go to any Quest Diagnostics to get that test fulfilled. It's probably about over 3,000 locations, I want to say, in the US. But to give you an idea, like a CBC blood test, which is the most kind of complete blood count, is it's about $7 or $8, right? If they just buy it that way. And then for our corporate locations, so our clients, basically, we don't really do individuals, but more for companies. We offer no cost and unlimited COVID testing. So these are the PCR tests, and they basically swab their noses. It's not the deep nasal swab, just around the nostril. No one's poking the back of the brain, and that goes back to our lab, our partner lab for processing, and you get results within anywhere from 24 to 48 hours. So we provide all the equipment for that. If it's a big enough group, we can actually facilitate people coming out to even do the testing for you, which is a really nice add-on. And then we have a whole host of benefits as well, kind of our ancillaries that we'll talk about in a minute here as well. So we can go next one. Yep, perfect. So the best way to think about us is very much like the Netflix model. So everything's included. There's no co-pays, no consultation fees for the doctor visits, the therapy visits. So it's $20. PEPM stands for per employee per month. And that includes the family, and very much like Netflix, the same way you don't, again, get charged to see each show or movie, same thing, you don't get charged each time you use it. And then of course, very much like Netflix, the same way your household uses it, you can have your household built into this as well. So it's, you know, you may not be married, but living with a significant other, that's fine. Everybody can all be on the same plan. So pretty easy. And then also if you have certain, and yes, this is definitely a discounted rate for SBOA members as well. So that's definitely a big opportunity. So it's less than half the price of what our retail rates are. So that's a big opportunity. And then if you do have interest in a certain part of the benefit, of course, we can always carve out certain things. You like the telemedicine, but you don't want the mental health, no problem. We can split that up as well and be able to offer different components of this. So why businesses love us? First of all, again, having everything on that Netflix model, there's no co-pays or consultation fees or anything else like that. So people really use our benefit. We have very good utilization. The other thing is it doesn't matter, part-time, full-time, 1099s, contractors, everybody's eligible. We don't need insurance, we don't take insurance. So that's the beauty of this. From a COVID perspective, we're somebody said the other day, we're almost back to precedented times, right? We're in unprecedented times. So now we're almost back to precedented times, but it seems like we took a step back here. So, with the testing, yes, for your employees, of course, we provide that, but it's access to the doctors. If there is a positive, it's the now what. A third of people that had COVID now have mental health concerns is the latest study we've seen. 65% of people report at work that their mental health is being affected by COVID and pandemic, essentially. So again, our goal is really to provide that more holistic solution. So ultimately for us, it is normally about more employee retention, what you're giving those employees to make sure that, okay, they can't afford the insurance, but this is a great benefit you can provide for them, helps with absenteeism, employee population health, and there's even a way to lower your insurance premiums through this as well. But right now, I'd say, Jess, this is probably the most interesting thing is we see a lot of our small business employers include Doctegrity when they're recruiting, because when they're recruiting, it's tough, right? Everyone is really struggling with hiring new staff. And part of this is, okay, so maybe you raise the rate $1, $2 per hour. And even for somebody on a part-time basis, if you raise it $1, they work 20 hours a week, it's $20 a week extra that you're looking at, or $100 or $120 a month extra that you'd be paying. But for $20 a month, you're all set, right? So you have that is definitely a cost savings, but again, it's more of an attraction just above and beyond money, because you want to show that your company has value more than just, let's say, just dollars and cents. You want to make sure that there's something else there for them.
Yeah, and listen, in today's times, we had a series a couple weeks ago about how everyone out there in self-storage, not just self-storage, but lots of industries out there, restaurant industry, et cetera, they're having a hard time hiring. So adding those additional benefits to attract in the talent, something like this, makes total sense with what we're seeing going on in the economy right now as far as the jobs.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So to give you an idea of what we treat, anything that somebody would go to a primary care doctor, urgent care for, most 70 or 80% of those conditions we treat. You see a number of them here, with this pretty well, ear infections, eye infections, flu, strep throat, allergies. Those are very big for us. Actually, we no longer treat STDs anymore because that requires some state reporting, but instead we do treat a lot of COVID concerns. So there are certain things we can prescribe for COVID to help treat the symptoms. So that's very big for us. Mental and behavioral health, not that, I say not that we're the suicide hotline, but calls to the suicide hotline are up 600% this year. So for us to be able to provide easy, quick access to people, that's very big for us. So it's definitely more on family relationship issues, money, jobs, whatever it is. We've seen a big spike in people that struggle with addictions as well. So these are a lot of the conditions that we typically see. So Jack, anything from your side, what you're seeing, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, under that topic, obviously, the employee retention, definitely a huge uptick right now. We have a lot of employers that are paying for this for even part-time or contractors or stuff like that, just to keep the talent in.
That makes sense too. Not only is it a way to draw people in, it's also a good retention point as well for those employees. That's a great fact.
And one of the benefits with us is, like, we don't make you sign any contracts. We're, like Jesse said, like Netflix. So, you can come on for a few months and feel free to, stop paying or put it on the employees to cover part of it or all of it, a few months in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, awesome. Absolutely. Great. We can skip ahead there, Alex. Next one. So yeah, with our mental health solution, this is really where, the EAPs leave off. We want to be kind of that next level. So the same thing where, there's no consultation fees for speaking to the therapist. And even if you set up some short-term sessions, in between those sessions, you can still call in anytime. So that's really great. So we have life coaching, very big for employees, employers, to help them achieve personal and professional goals, that accountability partner, nutritional counseling, smoking cessation. They can speak to a financial expert about taxes or budgeting or anything else like that as well, which just makes it very easy, especially people trying to sort out money. And if they had taxes taken out. I mean, that's very big for them to know what's deductible or not. We also have a free consultation with an attorney for any non-work related issue. And so they're buying a car, leasing an apartment, whatever it is. And if they need the attorneys to do any work, they get 25% off for being a Doctegrity member.
Cool.
With our personal assistants is very good for entertainment, sports, travel, that type of thing. With parents call in and say, hey, I'm looking for a daycare that's open till 6 p.m. on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays within a few miles of my house. What are my options? But we also added a whole host of discounts, really vision, dental, hearing, gym, wellness, restaurants, healthy food, wearables. I mean, you name it, it's a whole discount package we included. And the medical advocacy is really big when it comes to more people have questions about medical bills and their what's covered, what's not covered. You know, I got this big bill, what should I do with it? If they have insurance, great. We can look at that insurance and see what was covered. If not, we can give them the tips and tools to basically help negotiate down their medical bills, looking at some of the cash pay rates and again, what things were done and how much they were charged for them. The last component here is a medical diagnosis support. So let's say it's anything from, let's say somebody's diagnosed with diabetes, what equipment do they need? Where's the cheapest place to get it? What lifestyle changes they need to make that are also very, very important for them. But if they have any sort of loved one maybe diagnosed with a rare form of cancer, then what does that mean? What does this look like? What should they be prepared for? What are they gonna have to do? What do the appointments look like? That whole treatment plan is explained to people very well as well. So that is, we keep this under our mental health side of the house. And we really kind of delineate between the physicians and the mental health aspect, even though this is pretty medical, but just to kind of keep that clear so people know if they need, hey, this is an acute problem, I can go to an urgent care. People wouldn't really call an urgent care to say, hey, can you explain this medical condition to me? So that's why we kind of keep it more under a little bit of a softer approach under the mental health side of the house. Jack, thoughts? Anything else I missed here that we should go through?
No, that most definitely. And actually, one thought that came to mind, we do have a lot of clients or business owners that maybe see the value more in the mental health side of things. We're happy to, offer just the mental health if somebody's looking for a lower price point or something like that. But absolutely, yeah, this is definitely something that a lot of employers are thinking about now.
I mean, just looking at that list, I mean, there's not, other than smoking, because I quit smoking a long time ago, good for me. You can utilize almost, I myself can utilize just about every single one of those bullet points on this list. It's awesome.
Something for everybody. Basically, sure. I mean, I've called in for personal assistance. They have like pet care resources, which are also very good too. And we're going to talk about some pet stuff we have new as well, but pet care,
pet adoption services for Gracie. I'm just kidding.
We do have adoption services as well, but yeah, just as part of the personal assistance. But entertainment, sports, travel. I mean, this is very big. You can call in. I mean, it's really robust, kind of like call it a mini concierge. But you say, hey, you know what? It's I have $3,000. Want to take my family to Disney. Can you plan my trip? Like, what are my options? And they can go that far to be able to help planning that personal assistance. Our goal really is, again, employers in mind, employees in mind, that, it's just making your jobs easier, right? That type of thing. So that's the whole idea behind it.
Awesome.
Great. You can flip to the next one here, please, Alex. Thank you. Yep. So again, just to reiterate the price, so all of this is included for the $20 per employee per month. It does cover the family as well. Just want to make sure people knew about that as well too. Perfect. And we can flip to the next one there too. So this is the exciting thing that we have coming out. So we have a very interesting and I like to think cutting edge tool called Doctegrity Life Vitals. This is a vital scanning tool just from your phone that you can essentially scan your face in 30 seconds. It can extract your vital signs. It's really, really exciting because you don't need replaces blood, probably replaces 2 or 3 different things like a blood pressure cuff and like a Fitbit or Apple Watch and all these things just from an app from your phone. So that is an extra $2.50 to have that per month. The prescription plan. Now this is very, very popular as well. So our prescription plan that we're launching for $7 per person per month, what that is you can have your chronic medications mailed to you. So what that means is it really covers about a good 90% of most common prescriptions. But think of like blood pressure, cholesterol, medications, anything that somebody's just maintenance medications that are called, that gets sent second day UPS shipped to that person, to you. No additional cost. That's what's included in that $7 per person per month. But for us, since we're a telemedicine company, think about like somebody needs a Z-Pak or Tamiflu. They're not going to wait 2 or 3 days for that to arrive. So you go to pretty well any pharmacy, you pay $5 and you pick up your prescription. So that really is a big advantage. There is some discounts on over the counters as well, like Allegra, Tylenol, that type of thing. But the last component is probably the most exciting for us, which is our diabetes plan. So included in this $7 per person per month, if somebody is diabetic, we ship them a free glucometer, test strips, Lancets, their first pack of those, and if they're on any oral medications for diabetes, then like metformin or whatnot too, then that is included, shipped to them in that $7 per person per month. However, if they do need a vial of insulin, they go to any Walmart, they pay $19.88, and they pick up a vial of insulin at any Walmart. So that's really exciting for us to be able to offer that, because diabetics, if they go through 1, 2, maybe 3 vials per month of insulin, say average is 2, for basically just under, for about, let's say $50 or $60 a month, they would have their condition covered, basically from a financial perspective for the medication, kind of the maintenance of it, if you will. I think we've seen just the cost of diabetes medication, insulin, even with a GoodRx card, is somewhere around $150, $160 for a vial. So to be able to offer that is really a game changer for us. And the last component, this is a working title here, but Doctegrity, but it really covers all household pets. But this is our televet solution. So what happens if your dog eats a bar of soap at 2 a.m.? What do you do? Well, if you don't know what to do, you call the televeterinarian, right? So that is something that's available 24/7. We do essentially teletriage or that teleadvice. Perhaps there are over-the-counters that we can recommend that people can go get. But ultimately, do they need to rush that pet to the hospital or not? Or hey, should be able to ride out, okay. So let's see what the vet says, basically. So for that is an additional $7 per person per month. It covers all the pets in the household. And the last component is we do have a prescription plan for pets too. So if your pets are on any kind of chronic medication, maintenance medication, we do have a plan for that as well. There's about 300 different SKUs and formulary in there that we can ship to you as well, for the televet side of things. So those are add-ons we're really, really excited about. Questions, thoughts, Jack? Did I miss anything here? Nope. Oh, perfect. Great. So that number one that we just kind of went through in our add-ons, essentially, that is really what we say is generally our day jobs. That's kind of number one. The second thing is we do have a workers' injury solution. So basically, if somebody is injured on site, we can help them. We have a comprehensive solution where we would take them through a thorough triage. And then, of course, it's our nurses team that would be able to handle that. We fill in any sort of first report of incidents, and we send it back to the customer. We're not really integrated with any carriers. So ultimately, our goal there is to make sure that we're handling any of those worker injuries right away. They have someone to call. Of course, if it's an emergency, they're going to go to seek care in person right away. But we'll want to know if that person got transported, what happened, how did it happen, and make sure we document everything as well. In most cases, if like a shoulder sprain, something like that, then we'll call them 24 hours later, follow up on the treatment plan we gave them, make sure that they are following it. Do they feel better? Yes, you're back to work. Beautiful. So at the 24-hour mark, we'll step out. We don't manage any sort of claims or anything like that. Our goal is really just provide that acute, that immediate help for workers that might have a minor injury. So especially if any of your storage facilities are outside, bug bites, bee stings, poison oak, poison ivy, anything else around that those are very easy for us to handle as well. We also have an employee wellness. We get built in, not that we're this NEC or minimal essential coverage plan. We don't do that, these Section 125 cafeteria plans, but we usually get embedded in those just to provide more value. And then we also have the capability through some of our partners also to write prescriptions for companies similar to like Hims and Romans, a lot of men's and women's, more medications. And then, of course, says your ADP, but even SBOA, if people do come to our website, it's 3 or 4 times the price as going directly. So we have an ADP integration that you would buy this through the SBOA, and then there's really nothing else for you to administer because we're tied to a lot of those payroll type systems as well. And then, of course, if you really love this and want to expand it out for you, and if you have a franchise of storage units as well, we can private label it. So we can private label everything as well. And we completely rebuilt our technology. So we're excited to launch our new app coming out this month that is, it's basically the same platform that Facebook is kind of built on. So very user-friendly and easy to use. And go to the next there, Alex, please. Great. So these are some a little bit more of like the household names that you may have seen. Dr. Demand, Dr. Phil's company, Teladoc, MD Live. So we know that we're really trying to stay ahead of our competitors. And I think for us, there's quite a number of reasons why we do this. So we can actually flip to the next one. Sorry. Perfect. So why is that? So first of all, being fully bilingual means we can see more people. Right, that's very, very simple, and people feel comfortable using us. 2, we cover the whole family, but we're a lot more inclusive about who's in that family. And then, of course, the therapy, the teletherapy, and all the discounts as well that we include. There's just more for people to take advantage of. Very simple, easy to use. And again, no co-pays, no consultation fees. There's nothing else to buy once you're in, essentially. And then lastly, the fact that we're not tied to any insurance carrier. So our goal is really to help your employees. That's really what our approach is here. We can flip to the next one. Thank you. So basically that's the whole idea here, and we won't belabor this too much, but basically the point is, if you have health insurance, we don't report any of those claims to carriers. So our goal is really to make sure your health insurance stays low and that you don't have to pay, again, co-pays or anything to see our doctors through our service. So that sometimes you say, oh, you know what? I have a telemedicine solution. I have something already. But usually there's a copay. It's a $40 or $50 copay. And for us, we don't have any of those consultation fees. So pretty simple for us to be able to not, charge those, and people use our service a little bit more. So we really can be in conjunction with any sort of plan. So for our audience out there, I guess these are really good questions to think about. So what benefits do you offer your part-time employees? Is there a way to lower your health insurance premiums? Yes, there could be if you really engage with Doctegrity. And what about the people that are insurance ineligible, part-timers? They don't qualify for insurance. What about, like what Jack said, when it comes to recruiting, retention of employees, improving absenteeism? And then in many places such as California and Cal OSHA laws say that you have to have a COVID testing solution in place. Great, we can help you with that. We can provide that for you as well. So ultimately, these are some things that we're really ask our clients to think about when they're considering Doctegrity and how it's really a fit for pretty well anybody out there.
That's awesome.
Go to the next one there. And just to sum it up, so again, we can, part-time, full-time tenants, contractors, foreign workers, we've got people come into the country for a while that need, something, they can't get insurance for that time. They can join Doctegrity very much like Jack said, like Netflix, turn on, turn off on a monthly basis. But again, our goal is to reduce absenteeism, time away from work. Because we're not insurance, you can turn us on anytime. It's always open enrollment. It's an instant benefit that you can start right away. And again, mental health is important for us, obviously very, very big. And lastly, the fact that you want a benefit that your employees are actually going to use. And hopefully we've really done our best to get out there to make sure that there's a lot for them to take advantage of. It's the discounts, pharmacy, labs, doctors, mental health therapy, you name it. That's really what our goal is ultimately. And I think we had one more, and that's about it for us in terms of that piece. And basically from there, Jack, any thoughts? To really kind of next steps, how people engage with us, your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. Feel free to reach out. The links are in the comments, and happy to hop on a call, see what you guys are, you guys' needs are, and obviously fit it in with the budget. But we'll definitely here to help. We're here to make it work.
No, you guys are. And thank you for putting together this presentation and giving the exclusive offer to the SBOA members at that lower price point. That's a huge advantage. It was over 50% off. for any SBOA members, and we have lots of them out there. So I hope everybody out there takes advantage of this great service. Guys, if you have questions for the Doctegrity team, they're here with us for a few more minutes. Get those questions in now. But again, I personally know that I'm going to take a look at this a little bit deeper and figure out if there's anything that I could use, especially on the televet side. Because, you know, I don't have pet insurance for my pets, and those visits, by the time, you know, you rack up all the medications and stuff that they need, they're several $100s. So if there's any type of cost savings, I'm like the coupon queen. I love it. So I definitely want to take advantage.
For sure. So with the pet side, we you know, Jack and I have learned so much when it comes to the pet side, kind of launching this side of it. So very much like any doctor's offices, same thing. Like they often say, you know, here's a medication, it's X dollars, it's right here for you. But you really have the flexibility to take that prescription and go to the pharmacy of your choice, or send it to our prescription, our Doctegrity RX, and have those sent to the pet as well. So this is something immediate, but people really pick up their scripts at Walmart or Walgreens or CVS or any pharmacy as well. So there are different doses and medications that they can take as humans, but even the pet specific ones, there are some that we include in our televet prescription plan. And basically, yeah, so it's really interesting. People are like, this vet, you know, visit cost me, you know, however much I don't know how much it would cost. Go the $100, $200, whatever it is, plus the medications, extra $100. When if it wasn't so urgent and maybe something that you just wanted the advice for, then maybe that could have been $14 all in, right? So
yeah,
that's kind of the idea behind it.
Yeah, huge savings. Hey, did we have a video that we wanted to play, Jesse? Was there something that we were supposed to play?
We can play that video. That's our Doctegrity Life Vitals. Yeah, if we want to play that, sure.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Let's roll it, Alex. All right, here we go. So this is Doctegrity Life Vitals. This is a new tool that we're very, very excited to launch. So this is the first time we're going to preview here, because we have a whole campaign around this that you guys are seeing first, that we're live here with this. So what this is, because your skin is translucent, we're able to detect blood flow under the skin just using your phone, So what you're seeing here is, again, just using the light in the room and using my everyday cell phone. In 30 seconds, this is going to scan my face and it's going to extract my vital signs. No judgment on the vital signs, that's all I gotta say, but.
We won't judge you, we won't judge you.
So we have heart rate, breathing, blood pressure. You have a variable heart rate and how hard your heart's working. You have a mental health stress index, which is based on a few factors like variable heart rate and pulse pressure. Some of these are inputs that I would have put in, but also from the scan as well. Your overall risk, cardiovascular, heart, stroke, and then it's going to give you a general wellness score, which is based on this scan. In my case, in the previous scans I've done as well, to kind of benchmark how I'm doing, to kind of give me that approach as well. So that is Doctegrity Life File. It's just a very, very quick, you guys are the first to see it, kind of out there, let's say publicly on all the channels. So very excited about that. But we are launching that. That's the additional add-on. You can have it as a standalone. So if any employers out there, any companies, you guys do an employee wellness type things, it's a trust but verify. Is it working? And let's see if you're able to do that. And employees all handle all of our information, either if it's a Life Vitals or if it's for the telemedicine side. The employees own their own information, so it's not like they're gonna be like, hey, here's a report of everyone's blood pressure. We're not able to even see that on our end. It's completely anonymized, and if it's even too small of a group, we can't even provide that. But nonetheless, it's really a great tool. No wearables, no Bluetooth devices, no blood pressure cuffs or anything else like that. But yeah, we actually initially kind of looked at this to build this as a COVID risk mitigation tool. But we saw there's just so much more on the wellness side that people just needed these types of things and needed more information, because unfortunately with the pandemic, people weren't taking care of their day-to-day symptoms, right? So of course COVID, but what about people with high blood pressure and all these other issues? And are there increased risks, and how are they doing? And what does this look like for them now? So it's just, I think the whole point is really just getting more of their own health information in your hands, and what does this look like? So that's basically why we built that, and we're passionate about that side of innovation. But it is, yeah, thank you. I see some of the comments. So cool. Yes, it's cool, but it works. That's a good thing. So it's FDA registered. Clinical trials have been done, completed, submitted. So this is the accuracy is there. So it's really, really exciting. It works on old as an iPhone 6, so it's nothing to do with having the latest and greatest iPhone either, or even an Android, a 7 or 8 year old Android should work just fine too.
Technology just never ceases to amaze me still as things develop. I mean, I think that's such a cool program that you guys have. It's just, I'm mind blown by it. Awesome. It's just super awesome. I love it. But
we're going to take Jack vitals now. We're going to take Jack.
Yeah. Hey, does it do
Jess, we're actually taking your vitals, and we're going to send it to you in a little bit.
As long as you don't have any BMI vitals, like my body mass index right now, because I'm, good old COVID made me gain a good old 30 pounds. So I'll be good with any vitals. It is tough.
It's tough. It's tough to get back to.
Yeah,
I
realized it's more of like just not being as mobile as I used to be, like getting up and driving to an office every day, and getting up and from my office and, meandering around the office. I sit here just about all day working. So that
go to the fridge and back. Well, we're here at the office. So, we came back to our office now, and Jack's in the office too. But it's your steps are down. I always think, I'm like, I used to be in such great shape before this, and then now it's like, it's definitely tough. It's changed so many people, and it's hard. I mean, now we're all a year and a half older than we were, and like getting back to the gym or getting back to these things, it's really challenging. So it's the motivation level is tough. It's interesting because I think we've really blurred the line between, home and work, right? In many cases. And so I think it's unfortunately it's been good. It's been a blessing and a curse that, that DoorDash and Uber Eats have kind of come to the forefront. But for us, I would say selfishly, I mean, we're the same way with healthcare, right? Now we're the DoorDash side of things. Right? We're, I said we live in an Amazon Prime world. That's one of the catchphrases that one of our old partners, Craig Cohen, talked about, right? And that's exactly it. So why shouldn't healthcare be like that too? So.
Yeah, no, I love this. Well, thanks again for joining us today and presenting. This will be posted out on our YouTube page. So if people weren't able to attend live and they want to get this information or get in touch with Doctegrity, your information will be out there forever and ever. Amen. I'm going to take you guys off screen real quick while we conclude. But again, thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Jack. Really appreciate them being here. Everyone out there in the audience, get in touch with these guys or get in touch with me. I can get you connected to them if you want to learn more about their services and products. Just a quick reminder, I'm going to toss this up there. There is no self-storage unlocked next Thursday at 2 p.m. Why is that? Because we will be live at the Self-Storage Association show in Vegas. Come visit the SBOA at booth number 130. We are giving away complimentary chair massages while out there. Everyone that's ever attended any one of these trade shows knows you walk miles and miles and miles at them, and they become very tiresome. So we want to help you guys relax while you all are out there. If you are not registered for SSA, you still can. Here is the link. You just need to go to selfstorageevents.org. They are still accepting registrations. SSA is next Wednesday and Thursday and Friday in Vegas at the MGM Grand. We can't wait to see everybody out there live. And again, please stop by the booth. We have some really cool swag that we want to give away to everyone. So without further ado, I'm going to kick today's event, or I'm going to close today's event. I'm telling you guys, I am fried. It needs to be tomorrow, Friday, so I can relax this weekend and get myself prepped for next week. Thanks for joining us as always. We'll see you guys back on Thursday, September 16th at our regularly scheduled time of 2 p.m. Eastern. Look forward to seeing everyone then. Have a great rest of your day, and actually have a great holiday weekend. Enjoy those Mondays off if you are off. Take care, everyone.